church, which was part of the Underground Railroad.
This is history. This is the oldest in North America, correct?
That's
okay.
Oh, wow. I did not expect it to be this grand.
This is old Hollywood glam.
These windows on the side were put in place in 1885. The style of the building is Greek Revival, and then in the balcony is the oldest pipe organ in Georgia. Everything was built by hand.
Can you imagine building this all by hand?
And if you notice, the 3x3, the 9-patch, and the ceiling told somebody this was a safe haven.
Wow. Being here in such a historic place really makes me feel connected to my grandfather's legacy and how hard he fought for our civil rights.
Oh.
If I do notice the holes we have in the floor shaped in a diamond, so the Underground Railroad passed right beneath us in that area. So this way you see catch air as they were moving below us. And there's 4 feet of height below, in which orally was a crawl space. So these were the ventilation holes. To this date, we don't know how they got in or out from the inside of the church.
I mean, to be standing on the same floor that people crawled under to escape from slavery, it humbles me because so many people had to die in the struggle so that I might have these freedoms.
And we do believe now that more than half who ran away ran to find their family because they didn't have no family.
And those are our ancestors. So that's why I feel a sense of loss because we can't go back and find out exactly where we came from.
And we were just marching for the right to vote 48 years ago.
I marched when I was 6 years old with my grandfather, Jose Williamson. I remember them throwing rocks at me.
That's why we should go to school and get our education.
Absolutely, and tell the youth about things like this so they know and they can appreciate what we have now. Well, there has to be an opening for the railroad at some point because somebody's driving the train. It's not electric like what we have now.
It wasn't a train, baby.
Really? Like you really thought like there was an actual train that took them through?
I'm saying
it wasn't a train at all.
They
use it. That is just a euphemism, baby.
Just a figure of speech.
I'm thinking it was like widespread.
No.
It's almost hurtful to me to watch her be so dumb.
That's a euphemism for people that are connected, trying to work their way to freedom.
Right.
Ding dong. He's not talking about put 50 cents on the train or on the damn public bus.
But it wasn't really a train.
You had to sneak to the next spot. You had to hide
Because I know
to the
that.
next spot, and this was a
But
stop
I know
of the
that
road.
one particular person made it. They actually went down there and
made it.
How did they get it?
It's all Jesus connected.
Portia, it's not a real train.
Like he talking about this cave. So, still down here. See what it's heading for. My friend locked us out or something.
Oh, no.
This is so nice.
No, we don't got enough chain shackles for any more people. The people down here, they're down here by well. So don't take it with a grain of salt.
What are you saying?
That's what you got.
Yes. So what was it, like a fallout shelter or
I
something?
think it was like a safe place, you know what I'm saying? Part of the Underground Railroad, but they
Wow.
even up to describe that.
Oh my goodness. That's the thing. I was told just though, like it's Underground Railroad.
Oh yeah, it's 30 feet underground. They have another like one up.
Yo, what are we doing now? Is a ghost down here? This is
I got my babies, so y'all know y'all good.
I mean,
Unfortunately, two lights just went out down here, so.
I don't even need to go down. Like, this is really a cave in your house.
Oh yeah, this is real historic shit, man. Indian jump shit.
I got flip-flops on. Look at this. Indian, that whole cavern, fucking.
Underground Railroad.
Wow. Somebody, Harriet, talking about this dude here for real, for real.
tunnel train system, Lexington Avenue, 63rd Street, people. Look how deep it is, people. Going up the escalator, people. This is New York City, Manhattan Underground Tunnel. Going up the escalator, people. Let's see how long it's going to take me to get back to the top. That's how deep we are, people. Escalator number 1. Back to the top. Coming from way underground, people. That's how deep it is. How did they do it, people? Going up another escalator, people. That's how deep it is, people. See that? Going up again. New York City, they're working on the escalator over there. They're working on that one. That's how deep it is, people. Underground tunnel. Yeah, that's 3 escalators, people, just to get back to the top. You see that, people? Look at that. Escalator number 3. That's how deep it is. How did they do it? How did they do it, people? Do you see this, people? That's escalator number 3. Trying to make it back to Earth, people. Go up some stairs, people. I'm still trying to make it to the top. Still trying to make it to the top, people. Uh-oh. I see light. Oh my God. Do you see that, people? Took 3 escalators, now a staircase, just to make it back to Earth. Wow. Wow, people. I made it back to the top. Took me about 15 minutes. Woo-wee. New York City, people. Manhattan. New York City. It came out of the subway system, took 3 escalators and a staircase just to make it back to the top. Ooh-wee.
3,000 miles an hour on magnetic levitation trains, otherwise called maglev. One thing he told me, he went from Virginia to Los Angeles in 45 minutes. Do the math, 3,000 miles an hour. Most people don't even believe that there's a tunnel network. There are hundreds of thousands of miles of tunnel systems.
Ancient Egyptian tombs inside the Grand Canyon? That's what an explorer found right before the government closed the area off from the public. Way back in 1909, the Arizona Gazette reported a story of a miner, G.E. Kincaid, looking for gold in the Grand Canyon. While journeying down the river, he came across what looked like steps carved into the canyon side, so he decides to check it out. The steps, he claimed, were perfectly carved, not a natural formation, and as he approached the top, he came across a man-made cave entrance, which do exist all around the Grand Canyon, but this one was different. He went inside, turned on his light, and saw tunnels, chiseled with perfect architecture and more branching paths deeper inside. He kept going until he comes across an enormous room several hundred feet long. In the middle stood a giant statue of what looked like Buddha, holding lotus flowers in each hand. Now, Buddha has nothing to do with ancient Egypt, which actually makes this more of a mind trip, but we're getting there, I promise. This looks like it was an ancient underground city, which actually exists all around the world in places like Theyre in Turkey. Kincaid was amped. This gotta be the discovery of the century, so of course he leaves and asks for funding to explore more from the Smithsonian, the world-leading museum research and education institute, the gatekeeper of archaeological findings, made by the US government, who gladly agree. They send a team of scientists and miners led by S.A. Jordan to fully excavate this mind-blowing discovery. With this team back in the expedition, Kincaid goes back to the caves and realized he barely scratched the surface. He left extremely detailed journal entries describing the whole excavation, with hallways up to 12 feet wide and large oval doorways throughout the underground complex. During this excavation, they find full-size rooms which appear to have been made for dining, winding halls with detailed architecture, and artifacts like pottery, urns, and to their surprise, copper tools and swords, along with rooms built for metalwork. All signs of an ancient civilization far more advanced than what should have been here at the time. But then they find this: Egyptian hieroglyphs carved and painted on the walls, and stone tablets with similar hieroglyphs engraved. And then finally, what appeared to be a crypt, filled with little cubby holes in the walls, each containing mummies of giant humanoids, some even being reported as reptilian looking. Yeah, Egyptian tombs in the Grand Canyon. They call this complex the Citadel, and by the end of their expedition, hundreds of rooms were discovered, estimated to house up to 50,000 people. They determined that, of course, this must be the remains of an advanced civilization that were here before the natives, and somehow brought the knowledge of the ancient Egyptians from the other side of the world into the Americas. G.E. Kincaid and S.A. Jordan presented their Egyptian hypothesis to the Smithsonian, who obviously did not like the sound of that and denied further excavation. Egyptian hieroglyphs spotted outside of Egypt? Absolute nonsense, right? Maybe, but this isn't the only time that such a claim was made, like the Gosford hieroglyphs carved into rock in Australia, which look almost identical to that of the Egyptians. It's hard to tell exactly how old they are, but of course they're labeled a hoax. Someone else carved them here a few years ago to trick the world. Or the written language of the Mi'kmaq, a Native American tribe that lived along the Atlantic coast, which shares a baffling number of similarities with Egyptian hieroglyphs, two cultures that allegedly had no contact among each other. This one was just a coincidence, of course, just like the Fuente Magna Bowl found in Bolivia with Proto-Sumerian cuneiform script writing on it. That's ancient Mesopotamian writing uncovered in South America. So artifacts of ancient Middle Eastern civilizations found in the Americas have happened, but we just ignore them. To this day, the Smithsonian denies this expedition in the Grand Canyon ever happened, and the stories of the explorers are of course deemed a hoax. So is any of this real? The native indigenous people seem to think so. Native American tribes like the Navajo, Zuni, Acoma Pueblo have legends of a race that existed there before them, even citing the Grand Canyon specifically as the place where the first people emerged from. These myths all speak of either a race of reptilians, yes, we're in lizard people territory now, or giants that civilized the area, building underground cities to protect themselves. The Hopi tribe even have a story about a sky god who, after a series of cataclysms, emerged from a moving star and took the tribe to underground caves in the Grand Canyon region to protect them. The Havasupai people believe the canyon is the home of the Supai, the spirit of their ancestors. The Paiute culture got the legend of the Havmusups, who also lived in an underground city and had silver tubes that shot lightning that could end a man's life, and silver canoes in the sky, which all line up perfectly with the flood myths, not to mention UFO sightings, around the world where godlike beings descend from the sky and gift civilization to humanity. And it's exactly why the Smithsonian cringes at the thought of admitting to this, because it would imply that cultures like the ancient Egyptians had overseas contact with the Americas, completely destroying their current narrative of isolationism, which states that groups of humans evolved independently of each other all around the world. Today, this section of the Grand Canyon has some interesting official names for the formations found here, like the Tower of Set, Horus, Isis Temple, Ra, the Cheops Pyramid, all Egyptian names, and these formations have the weirdest, most interesting shapes, unlike those found in any other canyon. Alright, enough yapping. Where is this cave, and can't we just go to it today to prove this once and for all? Really thought it was that easy, huh? The exact area where the citadel would be found has, of course, been marked off limits by the government. The Grand Canyon has hundreds of man-made caves all over it that are confirmed real, with only 30 that have been officially mapped out, some of which are sealed with steel gates for safety. When amateur explorers tried checking out the region, planes and helicopters would appear out of nowhere over areas designated as no-fly zones, some claiming they can even spot remnants of pyramids and other ancient structures in the cliffs of the canyon, implying the Grand Canyon may actually be the site of a bustling ancient city. Rumors of ancient Egyptian remains and underground cities in the Grand Canyon. Government closes the area off, and then planes and drones are found scouting the area. Are they hiding something from us, or am I just gonna get stitched into another Mr. Know-It-All debunking video?
Meanwhile, we are learning Denver International Airport announcing crews are building some new tunnels.
Oh, where's my tinfoil hat?
I know,
Gotta
right?
put that thing on. They say they're trying to assure conspiracy theorists that it is not for an underground bunker.
Okay.
Or so they say.
Right.
Here are pictures of the project. Looks like an underground bunker to me. They say the West Gates Pond Expansion Project involves crews building tunnels over a mile long. The airport said the tunnels will upgrade the aircraft de-icing fluid collection system, helping the airport with winter weather. They also say it'll give the Illuminati a place to be.
Those tunnels
They didn't
just
say that.
look like they're waiting for conspiracy
I'm just saying.
theories to start.
I'm just saying. I love all the mystique and mystery around.
I like how they kind of play into
They
it
do,
too.
they
They
do.
put the signs
Because
up
it's-
around.
because it's true.
I mean,
That's
you
why
have
they play.
gargoyles in there. What do you expect?
Play into it because it's real.